Hi, everyone. Welcome to Module 15. This is the final week of our class. So in this module, you'll be asked to complete peer feedback for the reflection assignment and to submit your reflection assignment for grading. So in the discussion, you should provide peer feedback for at least 2 classmates. Please spread out your reviews so that everyone receives feedback. As you're reading your classmates' reflection assignments, please make sure to describe at least 3 strengths of your classmates' reflection, and then include at least 3 suggestions that can help your classmate improve their inflection. These could be things to add, change, or remove to make the assignment stronger. You should complete your peer reviews by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. so that your classmates will have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to revise their reflections so that they can turn them in. So we're finishing up our reflection assignment, and this is just kind of a review and some important things to keep in mind. And so remember, the reflection assignment is worth 10% of your course grade, and it is a letter. And so you're addressing this letter to a future IRW 970 student. Make sure you use a salutation, right? Like, dear IRW 970 student, or dear future student, right? Because this is a letter. And with your letter, you should use paragraph writing. So we don't want just one giant paragraph. We want focused paragraphs that include topic sentences and details and examples to support our ideas. I would suggest developing 9 paragraphs, since there are 9 parts to this assignment. And with each one of these parts, a focused paragraph would be best, not one giant paragraph. And so if you see with your classmates' reflections that maybe they don't have separate paragraphs, or maybe they have a list of ideas instead, you might encourage them to develop full paragraphs, and they should be focused paragraphs. So the first paragraph can give the purpose for writing and explain how the person felt about reading or writing at the beginning of the course versus now that they're ending the course. The second paragraph could describe some interesting assignments that they enjoyed doing and any assignments that they struggled with. The third paragraph could focus on the reading process. We learned a lot of things with reading, right? We learned about annotating, right? That was a big skill throughout many of our projects, but we also learned about surveying or developing questions from headings, right? We learned about kind of, as we go through, really thinking about what we're reading, and that when we're finished, we summarize, or maybe we answer some questions about what we've read. We've learned about note taking. And so look and see what your classmates have included in their reflection, and maybe suggest that they address other ideas that they might not have considered. With the writing process, we learned a lot about pre-writing, right? Different ways of developing ideas, whether that's through free writing or doing cluster maps or brainstorming lists. We also learned a lot about revising our work. Maybe your classmates can address what they learned about peer feedback, right? Or getting help from a tutor, right? We learned about editing our own work. Maybe your classmates could explain what they found helpful in their own editing processes. We also learned about text features, including topic sentences, right? Or main ideas, and how an assignment focuses on one main idea. We learned about headings, right? We learned about how it's important to support our ideas with supporting details and examples. And so hopefully your classmates have addressed all of these ideas when they talk about, or when they describe text features. If not, you could encourage that they add more. We also learned about writing effective sentences and paragraphs, right? So what makes an effective paragraph, right? Does your classmate explain that? What is an effective sentence, right? Does your classmate explain that? We learned about correcting errors in our writing and how to avoid errors such as fragments and run-on sentences. So are your classmates describing what they've learned about correcting their own errors, and what strategies have they used to correct those errors? We learned about using technology for reading and writing. Some of us created PowerPoints. All of us created a letter and used Word to format that letter, right? All of us used Brightspace. What'd you learn about using our course online itself? And then the last paragraph could be some advice, right, for the future student, and some suggestions on how to succeed. And so as you give peer feedback, Consider what your classmate has included that is good, and also what your classmate could add or change to strengthen their assignment. And I'd encourage you also to look at your own reflection and make sure you've addressed all of these sections. So keep in mind that with our excellent letter that we're turning in, we want to get the maximum points. We want to make sure our letter is typed, double spaced. It should be at least 500 words, right? And it should be in 12-point font. We want to incorporate our response to all of the questions. We want to ensure that we have examples, experiences, evidence, and explanation. We want to make sure we've proofread the letter and we've organized the ideas into meaningful paragraphs. And we want to make sure we're using standard written English, that we have a letter that says, dear, so a salutation to someone. And that it has at the ending a closing like sincerely or thank you, right? And the person's name. So this should be a letter assignment, and that's what you should turn in. So you'll see there's a module checklist for the week like there usually is. And I'm here to help you if you have any questions. This is our last week, so I wanted to say thank you so much for all of your hard work. I really enjoyed reading your assignments this term, and I really wish you the best with all of your goals. I hope you have a great break, and please stay in touch. All right. Thank you. Take care. Bye.